The end of Grand Theft Auto Online looks to be pretty near, at least for millions of players. We'll be talking about all of that in this video today and a whole lot more. So obviously, due to the success of GTA 5 and because it's come out on 3 generations of consoles, Rockstar have had to make some sacrifices along the way. And we've seen that obviously with the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 version of Grand Theft Auto Online, is not only have they not received updates for years now, but their online mode has been completely wiped away. And it looks like Rockstar is going to be doing the same for millions of players that still play on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. So earlier today on April 28th, 2023, Sony actually put out their fiscal year 2022 consolidated financial results as their fiscal year ends on March 31st, 2023. And there was a lot of businessy stuff that was revealed through all this information, but one of the big things that they actually told us about was the fact that the PlayStation 5 has now passed over 38.5 million units shipped, a record Q1 of any console, with 6.3 million in Q1 2023 alone. And essentially what this means is now more people than ever are starting to get their hands on the PlayStation 5, and you could even throw in the Xbox Series X and S into this category too. And due to the fact that the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X and S came out kind of right before and right as the pandemic was happening, it made it really hard to acquire. I've heard so many stories of people having to go on eBay or Craigslist or buy them from someone they know, or having to wait in line for hours just so that they could get these consoles. That's no longer the case anymore. They're more widely and readily available than ever before. And because of this, we heard from Rockstar Games insider Tez Funds 2, who believes the end is near for Grand Theft Auto Online. He said this: PS5 roughly passes 38.5 million units shipped, 6.3 million units since the start of the year, which is crazy. The PS4 around the same time period, November 2013 through April 2016, shipped 40 million units. PS5 is catching up in rapid pace. More incentive for Rockstar to drop PS4 and Xbox One support this summer with the service updates. And before we can talk about that, let's talk about what he means by the service updates, because this is something they actually talked about in a Newswire post a couple of weeks ago when Rockstar said they were going to be introducing the license plate creator in Grand Theft Auto Online, as well as changing the prices of about 16 or so of the vehicles in the game we have right now, mostly weaponized cars and whatnot. And they ended up saying this in the bottom: in response to your feedback, we are also evaluating potential future adjustments, including rebalancing certain aerial vehicles to help protect bystanders in free mode. We will share more details on this, as well as other fine-tuning efforts and more service updates soon. And it's that service updates part at the end that has a lot of people wondering, what does that mean? Service updates kind of means like they're going to be making an adjustment to what kind of platforms they end up supplying their updates for. And it looks like PlayStation 4 and Xbox One could be on the chopping block here. And I actually have a couple of good reasons as to why I think this is going to be happening during the summer, just like insider Tez Funds 2 said. So first and foremost, let's go back to the fact that the PlayStation 5 has basically caught up to the amount of PlayStation 4s that were out in the worlds and in the hands of gamers everywhere in its first 3 years. And obviously the PS4 didn't have to deal with a massive pandemic. So the PlayStation 5 is getting out into the hands of millions of people, and it's basically at the height of where the PlayStation 4 was at its 3-year mark. So that is obviously very, very impressive. And that's one thing that Rockstar wanted to do, is they wanted to make sure that more people had the opportunity to get their hands on these new consoles before they ended up pulling the plug. Now let's also go back and take a look at what Rockstar did from the PlayStation 3 days to the PS4 days and Xbox 360 to Xbox One. So Grand Theft Auto 5 came out for the PS4 and Xbox One in November of 2014, and that was basically a year after it released for the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. And when Rockstar made that announcement, they still put out updates for the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 for about a year. Because in the summer of 2015, Rockstar announced that the next update they were going to be doing would be the last one for Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. So Rockstar basically gave everyone a year to get their hands on the new systems. Well, what did Rockstar do in 2022? They released the expanded and enhanced versions of GTA 5 and Grand Theft Auto Online exclusively for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. That happened in March. So now we're in April 2023, just over a year later. I really do think Rockstar is going to follow the same pattern here, and they're going to pull the plug on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Now, the big question will be, will the next update, the summer DLC, will they actually provide that on the PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, or will they say, sorry, your luck's up, we're not going to be providing that update, you're going to have to go onto the new systems, and they'll spin it in a way that isn't as nasty as that. They'll say they simply can't do any more with the PS4 and Xbox One, and in order to provide the best updates possible, you'll need the new systems. That's basically what they did when they dropped PS3 and Xbox 360 support, so I imagine that's what they're kind of going to do here, and I could also speculate that this will be a part of some massive community update where they talk about more than just, dropping the support for Grand Theft Auto Online, because that isn't really like an exciting thing. I know a lot of people still play on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and they would have this obviously have a big impact on them. So you would think, and you would also hope, that they would provide some good news alongside that. And we, of course, can speculate, well, maybe they'll talk about the next Grand Theft Auto game, because if they talk about that, everyone will be like, oh, sorry, PS4 and Xbox One, that stinks, but, we got some news on the next Grand Theft Auto title, so everything's good. So maybe they'll ultimately do that, at least of when I'm recording this video, which is still on Friday, April 28th. Rockstar has not provided a community update. In fact, the only thing they've done is released a presentation on a new Circo Loco Records EP coming on May 12th. And every time those articles come out, I always click on them just to see if there's any little snippet or some little blip of information where it says these tracks will be coming in the next Grand Theft Auto Online update or something like that, or look out for them in GTA Online soon. This didn't have anything like that, but obviously a community update did not happen today. The only thing they revealed was at a future date, more things were going to be released, but I do believe something like this is going to be coming very, very soon, and I feel like Rockstar will be dropping support for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. I think the time is coming. It's just a matter of fact of when they're going to do it, and will they give those guys on those systems one last update, or will they completely rip the cord out and say, no more? In order to get the newest DLC content, you have to be on a PS5 and the new Xboxes, Series X or S. But anyways, I'd love to hear from you guys in those comments down below. When do you think this move is going to happen? When do you believe that Rockstar's finally going to pull the cord on the old generation consoles and move over exclusively to PS5 and Xbox Series X and S? Do you think this is a good move, a bad move? Is it just the part of the Rockstar game's life cycle? Let me know what you think in those comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go and enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and all the Rockstar Games videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.